I am super excited to have both of you here with me today, offering to do a testimonial, a story about your neuropathy, Marina, and Randy as well. Y'all both have incredible stories. I mean, I pick one or the other here. We got our patients of the month, certainly here at the office, and I don't know who wants to start, but tell us, Randy, you want to tell us your story about your neuropathy? And
Sure. When I came in, we're looking at self-described carpal tunnel is what I thought it would be.
mm-hmm.
Certainly in talking with you, and the test that you did confirmed that we had restriction in my wrist from being broke and all kinds of things. And in my back, also, what we call a double crush syndrome or whatever.
That's right.
So anyway, between the diet and the decompression and the adjustments, I think, I just feel more energy. The pain is gone. I mean, I had throbbing pain through the night. I'd wake up and I'd shake it and just was getting miserable. So now it feels stronger. Certainly is. I think that being a carpenter, to be able to feel two surfaces to make sure they're flush is, without that I'm lost.
Yeah.
So that's starting to come back. We'd all like it to be overnight, but it is showing signs of improvement. So I've been thrilled about that. I just feel like I can start to run again, which I used to love to do. It's making time to get out there and do it now. But,
Yeah.
So overall, I'm just tickled with the progress that I've made.
That's amazing. You've done really, really well. You also, you mentioned it quickly, and I'll bring it back up again, but you said the diet, and then you kind of moved on to the rebuilder and a couple other things, but both of you really did well on the diet. I mean, you probably graded yourself at 98% compliance, so you really, really did it. How much weight did you lose? You didn't, what was that?
Around 172, 175, and so now I'm down to like 152. As I mentioned, 155 was my high school weight.
Wow.
And I need to tighten up things a little, but
yeah.
I wear suspenders to hold the pants up. So that's a great feeling.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Marina, you had quite a story yourself. So where shall we start with you? What was it like when you first contacted us here?
Well, I think for me, I was pretty discouraged and feeling a little bit like hopeless. And I talked to the doctors and even went to see a spine doctor, a back doctor, a neurologist. And, he was just saying, you're having these balance issues and it's the neuropathy. There's some little stuff going on your back, but I really think the main thing's the neuropathy. And that really was quite discouraging because I didn't have a solution. I had no way to make it better. And
sorry for interrupting, did your doc have a solution? He said it's just basically the neuropathy, and what are we going to do about it, doc?
No, no one offered a solution, anybody that I ever talked to. And I'd seen a lot of different doctors and endocrinologists and even like foot doctors, orthopedic people and all that kind of thing, and no one ever had an answer. So anyway, I was just kind of looking online for natural ways to heal neuropathy or that kind of thing, because I've always been a believer that if you're given the right tools, that your body will kind of pick that up and be able to heal itself. So I ran across a video of Dr. Prax that was talking about neuropathy, and just a little 3-minute blip. And it was really good that I really liked your philosophy and your expression that you really believed in. I think that's a huge part of it, is believing that it can be healed. And, when you're talking to medical professionals who don't believe that, what hope do you have, like to even, you're fighting the tide. So it was encouraging, and I think you had an introductory offer. So I thought about my husband too, with his broken, crushed wrist and everything, and he was really struggling. And he had been to see acupuncture and everything. He'd been to a different chiropractor, and And so, but for me, I was pretty low about the whole thing. So I thought, well, we'll give it a try. And so we took up the offer and came and saw you. And I think some of the reality of what was going on hit on that very first meeting. And when you measured, and I had like a 72% loss, was scary, you know, and then those figures of 85%, you know, it's difficult and to come back. And so going through the process though, and doing the rebuilder and the diet has been hugely important, in doing everything, we coming to a point now that we've kind of reevaluated, and now there's like, it's at 50% type loss. That's amazing to me in just a few months.
From 72% loss to 50% loss. And for those who are listening, one of the things that I'll state in the book and also in the videos is that if there's an 85% loss or higher, well, let's just say the chances of getting a recovery are pretty slim. The window is just about closed. And so what you were saying is that we measured you at 72% loss. So it was like, yikes, we got to do something.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned as well the two tools that I heard you mention. Of all the things we do, I think the most important things that you're saying were the diet and the rebuilder. Actually, both of you said that. Yeah. So tell us about your experience with the diet. Was it hard? What were some of the challenges you had there, and what were your results?
Well, I have struggled with the gastroparesis, which makes eating raw vegetables and even meat difficult. It makes me sick. And so just recently, before then, I'd had a conversation with my endocrinologist because they always want to keep putting me on this white bread, white flour kind of diet that helps with the gastroparesis.
Sure.
But it's very contradictory to that high fiber protein kind of diet for diabetic. She's like, go for the diabetic type diet, because if you heal that, it will heal the gastroparesis. So this just prompted me to kind of not be afraid and just do it, you know. Who wants to be sick all the time? But after about the first week of kind of struggling with that adjustment and just kind of going full in, you know, just jumping in, it's been a lot better. It's made a difference. I haven't had the struggle with the acidity issues and the, you know, less vomiting and throwing up and all those kinds of other things that go on with it. So definitely more energy. Weight loss, there's been some weight loss. Just all around everything.
Headaches, migraines, better?
Yes.
You were getting them how often?
Probably just a couple times a month. I mean, not, but they're bad, you know, I mean, there's more than you want to deal with, actually, so. So.
Awesome. A lot of people who watch this, sounds like maybe you, to a little degree when you were watching it, are either skeptical, unsure, afraid. They've been told by this, that, and the other specialists, right? The neurologist, the creme de la creme, and the endocrinologist, and everybody's saying the same things. Nothing you can do, pretty much leave you hopeless. What advice would you have for the person who's watching this video? What advice would you have for them regarding a program like this?
I would say coming into it and feeling so utterly discouraged, like there was no answer, and certainly I felt like I didn't have an answer. And being here at this point now, just a short few months later, there's so much hope. Feeling, you know, if you're discouraged, if you're, you know, you've heard all the negative, like, you know, this is your life now. I just think that I would say those are lies, and that you can, you know, there's, it can change, it can be better.
Wow. Let's end with that, unless you have anything else to say to top that, Randy. That was impressive.
No, when you look at all the things that you put before us when we first came in, and you have to know then, if you're going to make that investment, that it's a life change, a lifestyle change, especially with the diet. And it's so worth it. I mean, you have to just stay nailed to it, but it will, I mean, it makes such a difference in your life. And, I'm just thankful that I took that challenge. And,
Yeah.
give up the wheat and everything that's been plugging up your body.
Good point.
Just you feel like a kid.
Wow, you nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah, if you're going to invest in something, your health, in a program, and anything, go all the way. Go all the way, and damn the torpedoes. We're just gonna go for this, win or lose. Let the I always like this one, win or lose. Let it show that you either won or you lost, but don't let it show that you didn't show up.
Yeah.
Give it your all. Maybe you'll lose.
Yeah.
But maybe you'll win.
But it was a win. It's
Yeah.
a win. It
Yeah.
is a win, and it's an ongoing win.
Awesome. You guys are great. I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time to do this today.
Thank you.